Śrīla Prabhupāda Ki Jai. So thank you so much for being here. And today we have a special activity. And today is the first day of this special activity, Fridays with Śrīla Prabhupāda. So for your kind information, from today, this Friday, we are going to read a special book, the autobiography of Śrīla Prabhupāda, the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Śrīla Prabhupāda Ki Jai. So we have a special Prabhupada Līlāmṛta. This is the book. We have Prabhupada Līlāmṛta seen here. I'm sharing the screen. And this Prabhupada, this book has the entire life history of Śrīla Prabhupāda. So Prabhupada went to America at the age of 69. So in the year 1965. And then after that, till 1977, he was present on this earth. Okay, so the whole life history of Śrīla Prabhupada is in this book, written by his disciple, His Grace Satsvarup Das Goswami. So we are going to read from this book every Friday. So that's the activity that we are going to do, special activity. This will be a reading session. We will be reading actually. Everybody will be participating in reading this book, and it will be a group activity so that everybody participates. Now, let's go back. Before we start this activity, I want to speak something about why we should actually read Prabhupada Līlāmṛta. What is the reason actually? What do we get by reading Śrīla Prabhupāda Līlāmṛta? So I just try to make some points, some essential things that we can contemplate before we start reading Śrīla Prabhupāda Līlāmṛta. This is a very special book, and everybody who follows ISKCON, it's our responsibility to read this book. And the reasons also, there are some fundamental reasons why we should go ahead and make Prabhupada Līlāmṛta a part of our life. So let's start with the first reason, which I thought would make us inspired, is by reading Śrīla Prabhupāda Līlāmṛta, we will actually understand the power of Guru paramparā, because bhakti comes to us in Guru paramparā. We don't get bhakti independently. We have to approach, take shelter of disciplic succession. It's very popular. It's very important, Guru paramparā. So Bhagavad Gita 4.2, Krishna tells this very important point. He says that evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yogo nasta parantapa. Here Krishna says that the knowledge that we get about spiritual life, about the goal of life from Shastras, it is actually coming in it is coming from Guru Parampara. Evam Parampara. Parampara means what? The Guru Parampara. So this is one point. Now, when we read Śrīla Prabhupāda Līlāmṛta, then we can see how Guru Parampara acts in real life. Because when we speak about Guru, paramparā, we may feel it is more like an abstract concept. Because we don't understand, oh, so many gurus, Krishna is the top, and then after that, Narada, Brahma, and then Vyasa, it goes like that. But we don't understand this. It becomes more abstract. So, but if we want to understand this in real life, then we have to read Prabhupada Līlāmṛta. Why? Because when we read Prabhupada's life, we can literally see what we can see. We can see how Prabhupada came in touch with his guru. It's special activity. When we read, we understand. And then how Prabhupada gets the order from his guru. And then after that, Prabhupada sacrificed everything to fulfill the order of his Guru Maharaj. So practically we can see how Krishna mercifully comes through the medium of Guru and gives us that mercy. We also enter. So we can see in Prabhupada's life how it happened actually. Because in 1933, Prabhupada met his Guru Maharaj, and then he was so much inspired. And then he took it up as a mission. So when we see these things, when we read these things in Prabhupada's life, then we understand the power of Guru Parampara. And we understand how Krishna is entering our own life through mercy of Guru Parampara. So this is one point. So everything becomes very practical. We can see it with our own eyes in Prabhupada's life. Okay, so this is one thing. So how powerful is Guru Parampara? Second one is that by reading Prabhupada's life, we actually help ourselves increase our faith, Shraddha. Because now, when we hear about Krishna, the holy name, then it sounds little heretical. It doesn't really sound very real to us. We don't have much faith, right? But Śrīla Prabhupāda proved that it's not just theory, it's real. Why? Because when we read Prabhupada's life, we see that at the age of 69, at the very ripe age, Prabhupada went to America without any money, without any support. He all the way went to America, and he went there, and within a short time, Prabhupada established ISKCON, and he transformed the whole world. Across the world, different countries, Prabhupada was able to preach Krishna consciousness. So in Prabhupada's life, we can see that how Krishna works really. Krishna is real. We can see how Krishna has helped Prabhupada. Krishna is real. Holy name is so powerful. And bhakti can transform lives. So in that way, when we see Prabhupada experiencing all these things, we ourselves, in our own life, we increase our faith. We start believing, yes, Krishna is real. Krishna helped Prabhupada. Holy name is so powerful. Prabhupada depended on the holy name, and he transformed the whole world. So far we thought it's theory. Prabhupada proved it's not theory, it's real. And when we read Prabhupada's life history, then we get faith. Isn't it a fact? This is a fact, right? So this is the second. First one I said is that we understand Guru Parampara. the power, and second is that it helps us to increase our faith. And third one is that it helps us to practically apply Krishna consciousness in our own life, because Krishna consciousness means so many principles that we follow, so many qualities that we speak about. We speak about tolerance, we speak about surrender, dependence on Krishna, we speak about humility. All these principles we speak about honesty. But how does uh, this all these how do these qualities look in real life? This sounds like more only in the books. But when we read Prabhupada Līlāmṛta, when we read Prabhupada's life, then actually Prabhupada is not just thinking about this quality. Prabhupada is living these qualities. Prabhupada displayed what tolerance is. Prabhupada went to America and he tolerated so many troubles there for the sake of Krishna. He was totally dependent on Krishna. He had no money. His health was not good. He had no support from people. And he always remained fixed in Guru's order. He never deviated. My Guru told me to go to America. Yes, I'm going. And he dependent. He always fixed. So Prabhupada has showed all these qualities. He lived all these qualities. And by reading Prabhupada Līlāmṛta, we can see how we can really practically apply all these things in our own life. Prabhupada did that, and we can also do that with his mercy. By just reading Prabhupada books, we can get the inspiration to apply the principles. Okay, this is the third one. The fourth one is that when we association of pure devotee, Prabhupada is Paramahamsa, Mahabhagavata. He's pure devotee. He's topmost devotee. And when we associate with pure devotees, it also awakens our devotion. That's the power. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kai, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Even if we get little Sadhu Sangha of pure devotees, then our devotion awakens. We all try to awaken our devotion. So how do we do that? Of course, Prabhupada is not available physically now, but we can connect with Prabhupada through his books. Like already we started every Wednesday we are reading Prabhupada books now, Science of Self-Realization. Today we have started Prabhupada's life history. So how do we connect? By books, by his instructions, and by his pastimes, by his activities, by remembering his activities, how he lived in this world, and he transformed the entire world. He gave Krishna Bhakti, the holy name, to the entire world. Prabhupada, isn't it? So when we hear about pure devotees' activities, then it's like we are sitting with Prabhupada and we are seeing Prabhupada serving Krishna personally, and it purifies. It purifies our heart. So by reading Prabhupada's life history, we understand the power of Guru Parampara, and then we also develop faith, and we also learn practical application of the Krishna conscious principles, and we purify our heart also. And last but not the least, the most powerful thing that happens when we try to understand Prabhupada's life, we get inspiration. Because Prabhupada was so determined. Prabhupada was so much compassionate for people. He wanted to help every soul in this world to develop love for Krishna. He had so much compassion. He was so much determined. He had so much preaching spirit. I want to go, no matter what, I will go and preach to the entire world about Krishna. And when we read about Prabhupada, naturally, we will be very much inspired. How Prabhupada, at that age, he could do so much. How great he is, how powerful he is, how compassionate he is. And then we will feel gratitude for Prabhupada. We will feel the mood of service. We get the inspiration. Now we don't have inspiration. We need inspiration. And when we read Prabhupada's Līlāmṛta life, then we get the inspiration, my dear friends. Many people ask, how should I stay inspired? How should I stay? How should I how should I develop my faith? Yes, easy. Read Prabhupada, Līlāmṛta. Understand how he lived his life. And then we will get strong faith, strong inspiration, strong motivation. And then we will also advance. We will also become pure. This is the inspiration. So that's it. That's why we should read Prabhupada Līlāmṛta. It is for our own purification. Okay, let's not waste much time now. We still have some time today. I gave you some idea about why we should read Prabhupada Līlāmṛta. Thank you so much for listening. Now let's go ahead and start reading the book today. I'm going to open this. Okay. Okay, let's start. Okay, I'm going to start the reading part. Śrīla Prabhupāda Līlāmṛta, Volume 1. I'm going to start. And let's start with Chapter 1. Before we start, let me pray to Śrīla Prabhupāda. Namah Om Vishnupādāya Krishna Preshthaya Bhūtale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaurabhatta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, Chapter 1, Childhood. We are going to start with Chapter 1. Okay, so I'm going to start the reading. And after reading, today is the first day. So we are just starting. Little bit we can read. We still have some 7 minutes. So, Chapter 1, Childhood. We would be sleeping and father would be doing arti. Ding, ding, ding. We would hear the bell and wake up and see him bowing down before Krishna. Śrīla Prabhupāda. Okay, it was Janmashtami, the annual celebration of the advent of Lord Krishna, some 5,000 years before. Residents of Calcutta, mostly Bengalis and other Indians, but also many Muslims and even some British, were observing the festive day, moving here and there through the city streets to visit the temples of Lord Krishna. Devout Vaishnavas, fasting until midnight, chanted Hare Krishna and heard about the birth and activities of Lord Krishna from Srimad Bhagavatam. They continued fasting, chanting, and worshipping throughout the night. The next day, September 1, 1896, in a little house in Toliganj suburb of Calcutta, a male child was born. Since he was born on Nandotsava, the day Krishna's father Nanda Maharaj had observed a festival in honor of Krishna's birth. The boy's uncle called him Nandulal, but his father, Gaur Mohan De, and his mother, Rajani, named him Abhay Charan. Srila Prabhupada's name is Abhay Charan, one who is fearless, having taken shelter at Lord Krishna's lotus feet. In accordance with Bengali tradition, the mother had gone to the home of her parents for the delivery. And so it was that on the bank of Adi Ganga, a few miles from his father's home, in a small room, in a small two-room mud-walled house with a tiled roof underneath a jackfruit tree, Abhay Charan was born. A few days later, Abhay turned, returned with his parents to their home at 151 Harrison Road. An astrologer did a horoscope for the child, and the family was made jubilant by the auspicious reading. The astrologer made a specific prediction: when this child reached the age of 70, he would cross the ocean, become a great exponent of religion, and open 108 temples. Okay, somebody can read now there? Who can read? Anybody can anybody can take this opportunity? Yes. Who is there?
I can read.
Yeah, you can read, madam. Rama Devi garu
Yeah.
chadavandi.
Abhay Charan De was born into an Indian dominated by Victorian imperialism. Calcutta was the capital of India, the seat of Viceroy, the Earl of Elgin and Kincardine, and the second city of the British Empire. Europeans and Indians lived separately, although in business and education they intermingled. The British lived mostly in central Calcutta, amidst their own theatres, racetracks, cricket fields, and fine European buildings. The Indians lived more in North Calcutta. Here the men dressed in dhotis and the women in saris, and while remaining loyal to the British Crown, followed their traditional religion and culture. Abhay's home at 151 Harrison Road was in the Indian section of North Calcutta. Abhay's father, Gaur Mohan De, was a cloth merchant of moderate income and belonged to the aristocratic Suvarnavanik merchant community. He was related, however, to the wealthy Malik family, which for hundreds of years had traded in gold and salt with the British. Originally, the Maliks had been members of the De family, a Gotra, that is lineage, that traces back to the ancient sage Gautama. But during the Mughal period of pre-British India, a Muslim ruler had conferred the title Malik, Malik is Lord, on a wealthy, influential branch of the Des. Then, several generations later, a daughter of the Des had married into the Malik family, and the two families had remained close ever since.
Thank you.
An entire block.
Okay. Now somebody else can also read. This was nice. Till now we heard about Prabhupada's birth and about his family. At the end, I may ask a few questions. If you can try to answer. Okay. Let's see who want to read. Who is there? Who is there? Yes, Samyukt, can you read?
Yes.
Yashwant?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Samyukt, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Am I audible?
Yes, very clear.
Yes, thank you. An entire block of properties on either side of Harrison Road belonged to Lokanath Mulik, and Gaur Mohan and his family lived in a few rooms of a 3-story building within the Mullik properties. Across the street from their residence was a Radha Govinda temple where for the past 150 years the Mulliks had maintained worship of the deity of Radha and Krishna. Various shops on the Mullik properties provided income for the deity and for the priest conducting the worship. Every morning before the breakfast, the Mullik family members would visit the temple to see the deity of Radha Krishna. They would offer cooked rice, kachauris, and vegetables on a large platter and would then distribute the prasadam to the deities morning visitors from the neighborhood. Among the daily visitors was Abhay Charan, accompanying his mother, father, or servant, Śrīla Prabhupāda. I used to ride on the same paramparā with Siddheshwar Mullik. He used to call me Moti Pearl, and his nickname was Subidhi. And the servant pushed us together. If one day this friend did not see me, if one day did not see me, he would become mad. He would not go in the Perambuttur without me. We would not separate even for a moment.
Okay, that's it. Thank you. I think we have short time. So very nice. Some idea now we have. Srila Prabhupada's birth. Anybody wants to say something about when did Prabhupada take birth? Anybody remembers? Prabhupada's birth, when it happened?
The next day of Janmashtami.
Yes, next day of
The
Janmashtami.
next
Very
day
good.
of Janmashtami.
That is called Nandotsava. That's why even in ISKCON now, the Janmashtami is special, and the next day is even more special because Prabhupada's birthday. Yeah, very nice. Thank you for remembering that. And which was the day when Prabhupada was born? Anybody knows? That was
September 1st,
September 1st,
September 1st.
1896. And what? So what was his childhood name? What was his name? Prabhupada's name. What?
Abhaya Charan.
Can somebody say loudly?
Abhaya Charan.
Abhay
Yes, Prabhupada's name was Abhaya Charan, and his father's name was. Anybody knows what was Prabhupada's father's name?
Nanda Maharaj.
No, that is not. That is Krishna's
That is
father's name.
Krishna's father. Okay.
That is not. Gaur Mohan De.
And
Gaur Mohan De is Prabhupada's father's name, and mother's name is Rajni.
Rajani.
Rajni. So that is for today. And next class onwards, we will take up more detailed discussion, and we will continue to read about Prabhupada and get inspiration, increase our faith, and understand paramparā more and become more inspired. Thank you so much. All the best to you. We will meet on Monday. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.